Hey witches, what's up and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Barbie and thank you guys so much for joining me today. Please remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more crystal and witchy content. In this week's video, I'm going to be sharing my top 10 must-have business supplies to run my crystal business. I will be linking everything in the description box down below. Some of the items listed are affiliate links. It's a great way for me to earn a little bit of money to keep this channel running, and it costs you nothing extra to shop through any of these links at all. And these are all products I've vetted and used for months. These are my tried and true products. A lot of them you've probably seen in videos of mine. So let's jump into the top 10 list of products that I highly recommend for running my crystal business. So my first item is bubble mailers. So these are the bubble mailers that I use. These are craft bubble mailers. They have a self-seal. They have bubble wrap inside to help extra protect the crystal. I love using these craft bubble mailers because I like the aesthetic of the craft paper, but I also like to ship anything under a pound in these mailers because it is way cheaper. It fits in a mailbox so you don't have any risk of people stealing your crystals. They can ship USPS first class, which is the cheapest shipping route. So I love using bubble mailers. You can get them in any color. You can get metallic, pink, black, whatever you want. So I like to use the craft one, so I'll link them down below if you guys want to check out the exact size that I use to ship my crystals in. So the next thing I use to ship my crystals in are boxes. I usually get a 5x5x5 or 6x6x6 box, so it's a square, and I use this to ship things that are under a pound but are more fragile that can't fit in an envelope. But I rarely use boxes, you guys. I use envelopes for pretty much everything, so I do have boxes on hand in case I'm shipping something like a gift box, but I don't use a lot of these, but I will link the boxes that I use down below. And for bubble wrap, I never ever buy bubble wrap. I always reuse the bubble wrap from my supplier because then it's at least recycling what I've already gotten, so I never ever buy new bubble wrap. I just keep all my old bubble wrap and never buy bubble wrap ever. It's just a wasted expense. So the next supply that I use is USPS free boxes. These are the USPS free shipping supplies you can get on USPS.com. The most common ones I use are the padded envelope, the small, medium, and large flat rate boxes, and the priority mail box. That is not a flat rate box, but I recommend having envelopes, non-USPS boxes, and USPS flat rate boxes, which you can get for free on USPS.com, or you can walk into your local post office and grab what you need when you need it. So for the next item I use a shipping scale, and I actually just upgraded to this shipping scale because it is very thin and lightweight, and the other one I had was from a few years ago, maybe more like 5 years ago, and it's really bulky and it's tarnished, so I upgraded to this new one and I've been loving it. It's so easy to store, it's super lightweight, so I use a digital scale to weigh all of my packages so I know the exact price to charge my customers for shipping. The next, probably most critical tool I use for my crystal business specifically is a sphere measurer. If you are a crystal shop owner or looking to become a crystal shop owner, you will want to get one of these, and you'll also want just a regular standard ruler, but you can use this as well. This basically will measure the millimeters or inches on any sphere, and this is great to use during live shows or when you are posting a listing so your customers understand how big the crystal is that they are purchasing. And you can do this in both millimeters and inches. So I use the inches just because it's a little bit easier for American customers to understand, but you could do millimeters as well. These are super cheap on Amazon, so highly recommend. This is definitely a must-have tool for crystal shop owners. So the next thing that I always keep stocked is a 6-pack of packing tape. I buy this on Amazon. and I have it on subscribe and save, so I get it shipped to my house every other month. So I like to buy the 6-pack to ensure that I never run out and I always have tape on hand. So the next item that I have is definitely not a must-have. I personally really like it because it helps enhance my YouTube videos and any content I am producing, but you can also use it in live shows or use it to photograph things. So it is a photography turntable, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. So this is what the photography turntable looks like. There's a little plug right here that you plug it in with, and you turn it on and it rotates around really slowly, but it's a really great way to show off products from all angles, especially if you're photographing or taking a video of them. Again, not a needed expense or a needed item, but I 100% utilize this to take photos, to create content with, and a lot of you have probably seen it in my YouTube videos already, and I've gotten questions about it. So this is the turntable I use. They come in a few different colors, but I like the black just because it's super neutral and not distracting to shoot on. So the next thing I highly recommend getting, which was a very recent purchase and it's a little bit more expensive, is a thermal printer. So I ended up picking up this one in this really cute blue color. It's super compact and doesn't take up a ton of space like a bulky printer does. It doesn't rely on ink. It prints a sticky label out so you can just put it right on your package so you're no longer wasting paper or ink. So they are a little bit pricey. I got mine off Amazon, but really worth it over time because you won't have to buy ink or plastic sleeves for the paper to go in or paper. So it is an investment. I totally recommend working up to it. If you're fresh off starting, just use a printer you already have. But once you've started making some income, highly recommend getting one of these. They're super fast too. They print a label in like a second. And if you guys do decide to purchase that thermal printer, make sure you pick up labels. It does come with 30 labels. So if you forget to purchase the labels, you have 30 to cover you, but make sure you buy the extra labels. I almost didn't do that. I think you can buy like 500 labels or something like that, and those should last you a pretty long time. So the next thing I highly recommend getting that's pretty inexpensive and makes all the difference in the world, especially with crystals, is picking up some fragile labels. I put these on everything and I totally think they make a difference. I have shipped over 800 packages and have never had a crystal break. Now I do make sure I package everything securely, but you guys, I ship mostly in envelopes and I have never had a crystal break, and I put these stickers on everywhere. So these are super inexpensive. You get a ton of them. They last you a really long time. My first sticker roll lasted me over a year, and having this label really helps ensure your package gets there safer. And the last thing I highly recommend getting, again, it's a little bit more of a expensive purchase, but I highly recommend getting some type of shelving unit. Now I recently got a shelving unit to help store my crystals on, help keep me more organized, because I would keep my crystals all over the place. I'd have them on the floor, I'd have them on the desk, I'd have them in bins, and I couldn't keep track of my inventory. It was really hard to know what I had photographed, what I hadn't photographed. So now I keep all of my crystals on my shelving unit and I know exactly what inventory I have. It helps me not reorder inventory and it helps me see when I'm running low. So I highly recommend getting some kind of shelving unit so you can keep your crystals organized, because likely you will have a lot of inventory and not a lot of places to put it. So again, this is more of an expensive splurge item, but I believe I got my shelving unit for around $270, and it's a really beautiful one and it is so highly functional. I can keep boxes and smaller items in the drawers down below that stay hidden, and then I have 4 different shelves to store and organize crystals on, and it has been a lifesaver. It has been a game changer. I can keep my office so much more organized. So I will link the exact one I have down below, because I think not only is it beautiful, but it wasn't too expensive and it's highly functional. And I got it off Amazon and the shipping was really quick and it wasn't too hard to put together. So again, you probably don't need it straight away, but as you start getting more inventory and it's starting to sit all over the floor, you'll definitely want to invest in a shelving unit. And yes, there are for sure cheaper options out there, and do what works best for you. You don't have to go and buy a $270 shelving unit at all. I just wanted to find something that not only functioned for me, but enhanced the way my office looks. So that's why I ended up picking this one, and I did a ton of research looking for aesthetic shelving units, and this was the best one I could find for the price. So that is everything on my list. Those are my top 10 must-have items to run my crystal business, and these are great items to jumpstart your business, and a lot of them are really inexpensive, so highly recommend checking out all the links down below. And if you guys have questions or anything, leave a comment down below and I will try to get back to your comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's go 2021. This is the first video of 2021, so I look forward to seeing you guys every week again, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please remember to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more crystal and witchy content, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye! And before I go, a special thank you to all of my patrons. You keep this channel alive and running. If you're interested in joining my Patreon, I will leave a link in the description box down below. This is a great way to show support to the channel, or if you're looking for additional business advice, I offer this as well. So I look forward to seeing you on my Patreon.